Episode 5. Number 5. Brennan, say what's up.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 5 out of 5.
Yeah, we've only done 5 of these, if you can believe it.
We do it weekly.
We try to do it weekly, but we got lives. We were super busy, and I've been kind of sick this week, so mind my messed up voice. Actually, I've been really sick this week, but feeling better now today. So if you're new here, we review music, and what we like to do is go album by album, song by song, in most cases, and that's exactly what we're going to do here today. Our rundown's going to be Dillon Chase, Knowmads for the album reviews, and then we're going to do singles by Joyner Lucas.
My man.
Hold on, let me get him pulled up. Joyner Lucas, OnCue, Daniel Caesar, Action Bronson. Oh, and that's it. So yeah, so those are the 4 singles and the 2 albums.
Should be a quick podcast.
Yeah, it should be pretty quick. We always say that, though.
We always say that.
Ends up being an hour plus.
All right, Corbin, you ready for this?
Yes, sir. Dillon Chase, Joyful Loser. And I just got to say right off the bat, I really dug the album cover. I thought that was pretty cool. All right. Dillon Chase is a Christian rapper out of Texas and has had my attention for a long while, ever since his fantastic album Be Different, especially the title track of that album. Definitely listen to that if you haven't. And he has all my respects for sampling Hans Zimmer's song Stay off of one of my favorite movies of all time, Interstellar. The song found itself on his 2016 release, Speak Up Volume 3. Anyways, I was looking forward to this release, and I'm pretty curious on how Brennan felt, because we haven't talked about it at all.
Dillon Chase. The album title is Joyful Loser, like Corbin said already. It came out on October 19th. Once again, mind-boggling that's November already, but I digress. 39 minutes with a total of 12 tracks.
What do you mean it's November, Brennan? It was still October.
1 interlude.
I was kidding.
No, it's apparently Christmas, according to the stores.
Yeah, after Halloween, it's just Christmas.
We're
and
talking about
Halloween again.
The day before Halloween, it's Christmas.
So, I'm not gonna talk religion. The thing is I'm gonna leave my opinion about religion and my beliefs and all that. I'm leaving that out. Nobody needs to know. And I am strictly focusing on this album for the music. For the music, the message. If he talks about God, why? You know? And I'm going to look for all that. And yeah, so track number 1, Joyful Loser. Some church organs open up this track and remain as a backdrop for the verses. Some great horn work and a decent drum beat on this thing as well. As far as the lyrics, I think they're pretty good. They're pretty great. Syllable play is found all over this track. I think Dillon Chase's flow is really solid throughout. The chorus is gorgeous in my opinion. I absolutely love the choir presence, especially the lead female singer. This is an appreciation track for, God, for creating Dillon as a joyful loser who has the ability to do things now most have a hard time doing. It was a great opener, kind of gets you happy, you know what I'm saying? Puts you in a good mood. I actually really like how we get the title track right away. The lead out was nice. I give this one a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, you basically covered everything that I did. I thought it was a pretty good song. I like the lyrics and the message behind the lyrics. And like Corbin said, I was pretty happy with the album title song being the first one here. The beat is nice, and I just like the fact that it's upbeat. It's a good change. So I give this a 7 out of 10. As much as I love sad rap, it is a good change of pace.
Oh, don't worry. You get your sad rap on.
Oh, I know. Nah. I
did
it.
Track 2, OG, Only God. I really liked the gritty production on this one. When that deep bass creeps into the track, had me with the screw face. I was like, damn. Especially how Dillon flowed his ass off on here. This dude is lyrically great. Killed this beat. The lyrics are just Dillon keeping things OG. I dug it. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I like the smooth beat. I like the song and the lyrics, but I feel like the whole OG portion was overdone and got old. But that's what the song's about, so it can't really
Can't really dog
crap
on
all
it.
over that. So I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, that's pretty dang good. All right, track 3. Idle Times featuring YB. Vinyl crinkle at the beginning. Always welcomed. The sample work is fantastic on the track, very eerie sounding to be honest. I love the piano and the shine throughs on the chorus. That was beautiful. The whole song is bumping and a subtle horn work within it is short but sounds nice. Dillon writes to the beat and you can really tell it. The second it picks up, so does he, and once again, he kills it. YB did his thing too, solid track. I love the booming I give the utmost. I'm pretty cutthroat on the chorus. I thought that was booming. 7.5 out of 10. I've actually gone back and listened to that a ton, so I might get that an 8 out of 10.
Well, I did give it an 8 out of 10. I get a MGK vibe
I'm
from
giving
this song.
I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
All right.
You say what?
I get a MGK vibe from this song, like old school MGK. You know what I'm saying? Like the good
Like
MGK,
pre Eminem,
pre-fame MGK. Yeah. I really like the beat. It sounds like something. I don't know how to describe this, but it sounds noir to me, and it sounds like it belongs in that genre. I'm a movie guy, so that's what I'm talking about.
Noir.
Yeah, noir. Yeah.
Very classic theme.
Mm-hmm. I've really dug the line "praying for millions when it only takes one." Thought that was a good line.
Yeah.
Good line, good song, very enjoyable. I would revisit it. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that was a dang good one. I just remember just bumping my head like, I get the utmost. That'd be a good song to perform live. Just be bumping all over the stage.
Absolutely.
All right. Track 4, Whose You Are.
I'm going to just right off the bat before you even start, Corbin, this chorus is still stuck in my head.
Yeah. I love the dark guitar work throughout, dude.
Yes.
And the drum beat along with the centric bass. Whew. Dillon is really saying some real things and giving some great advice and wisdom here, and I truly enjoyed the drum breaks that led into some intense moments with vocal layering. Again, another lyrically great song with Dillon showing his ability to write to the beat. This dude really knows how to flow over booming production. I love that part where Dillon goes, I know what it's like to be pulled out from a very dark place where silence makes the sound. That was super creative right there. Really underlining the things he's gone through and his ability to be relatable. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I really love the intro, and I love that the beat goes along with the lyrics very well. And then other than that, it's like Corbin basically copied and pasted my review, because that's pretty much right after that is everything that you already covered.
Just saying, we did not talk about this album at all.
No.
How each other felt about it. We didn't talk about it at all.
I really enjoyed the chorus on this one too, which is really hard for me to do, so I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that chorus was perfect.
Whose You Are.
All right, track 5, Smooth, featuring Drew Weeks. Absolutely love the sample work done here. Whoever did this beat really knows how to build around a sample, because the buried electric guitars really gives Dillon a platform to flow on. The chorus is started off with vocals that had tinny sounding effects to them. They sound cool, but the part done by Drew Weeks is very explosive and I really liked it. He did a great job. Dillon sticks with a singing rap style for the verses, and I still think they flow very well. The different voice inflections makes it hard to hear exactly what he's saying in certain parts, but I followed along for most of it, and I do think this is a solid track. All right, 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I listened to this song like 3 times, and to be totally honest, I just could not get into it for the life of me. This is probably, I don't know. I didn't care for it. And that's like really all I have to say for it. I gave it a 5 out of 10. I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me.
Well, that's fair. Sometimes music, not every single song on an album is going to jive with everybody, so that's fair. Speaking of that, track 6, Spark. To be honest, I wasn't feeling the song. The The beat is just okay. The flow is tight, like always, and the chorus sounds pretty damn nice, but the verses didn't do much for me. 4 out of 10.
Now we're going to flip-flop here, and I'm going to be the good guy. I thought this was a head bobber. It was more aggressive than the past songs, and I like the strong intro along with the strong finish. And I did think that some parts were more repetitive, but overall it wasn't that bad. I give it an 8 out of 10. Suck on that, Corn.
Wow. All right.
Now let's see if we flip-flop again.
As you can tell already, I've loved most of this album. That's literally the only song that I wasn't feeling. So take that as you will.
Great.
Track 7. Cheers. This song is fantastic. The beat is so nice. No, you're wrong. The beat is so damn nice and truly builds throughout. Some harmonizing vocals, a driving beat with some underlining strings that sounded gorgeous went in full effect at the end. I just wanted more when it was done, to be honest, and Dillon delivers a pair of great verses and another explosive chorus. Really love the song. Great message as well. A victorious track. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, like once again, this song was just like smooth for me, and I just didn't really care for it. I gave it another 5 out of 10.
Get the hell out of here.
Nah, man, it went from like, it was like a roller coaster. Going downhill, then we spiked back up with Spark, and then going back downhill.
I disagree, but
I didn't give it a 4. How about that, buddy?
Shut up. All right, track 8, Separate. Separate. My bad. All right. Produced by Poetics, did his damn thing on this one. He did the beat, booming percussion with some unique sampling throughout. There's a unique Indian feel to the production, which I dug heavily. Both artists did their thing on here. Both verses were great. The chorus was a little repetitive in my opinion, though. Solid track nonetheless. 8 out of 10. Go, Brennan.
I like this. I like the lyrics. I like the chorus. The separate, lose, elevate, gain. I was actually head bobbing to this, so that was nice. You can't elevate if you don't separate is basically the main story of this, and I believe those are some true lines right there.
Yeah.
The beat is weird to me, and the horns in the background don't really fit, I thought. Or whatever they were. Were they horns? I think they were horns.
I'm going to assume they are, if they sounded like horns to you.
Definitely a song for the lyrics for me on this one. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. The beat was weird, dude. I don't know.
I liked it.
Lyrics were banging, though. Anyway.
Well, again, that's back to preferences, so. All right.
Now,
Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat. The next few songs are a string of the songs I love the most. All right, track number 9, Not Too Far, featuring Long Story. I've actually never heard of Long Story, but that dude can sing. Oh, man. The guitars, Brennan.
Yo, man, you know me. I like some strings.
The guitars sound perfect on this one. Some songs you require that absolutely pounding bass, but everything was pretty laid back on this one, and it really fit the track well. The strip down of the beat on the beginning of the chorus was great, and then the build up on the end of the chorus was even more great. The sporadic panning and layering on Long Story's vocals really build the atmosphere, and oh my god, the lyrics on this one are fantastic. I'm going to list off some of my favorite lines here. We're broken strings trying to hold a note, it seems. That syllable wordplay right there, that's pretty good. And hard heads love cold hearts. My heart bled, then it goes dark. You know faith in the light is difficult when the darkness isn't willing to take an interval. That's damn great lyricism. And what a fantastic pickup to the end of the track. One of my favorites, 9.5 out of 10.
Nice. Like Gordon said, I like the guitar, and I was a little surprised to hear what sounded like xylophone being played in the background. Kind of like brought me back to elementary school days. Yeah. Remember how we had to play that during concerts and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually dug it, though. I thought it fit very well. The lyrics were all pretty good. with some good rhyming as well, especially in the first verse. I felt I like the more intense change in the beat throughout the song, and the add of drums. It helps make the chorus stand out more and
Yeah.
seem less repetitive. Um, the thing I don't like about it is it just ended, and it left me wanting more. So, like we covered with the Nomads, I'm not a big fan of that. But unlike the Nomads, he backed it up with good lyrics and flow on this one. So I gave it a 7 out of 10.
The fact that it's leaving you wanting more, that's a good thing on here, though, right? Because it was that good that you wanted more of it. And that was my opinion. All right, track 10, Through. Damn. There's a ton of emotions residing in these sounds that create this beautiful instrumental for this beautiful song. The brooding piano comes out over top, and when the beat builds, I love the adaptation that happens to the piano. The producer truly understands how to create an instrumental that's very intricately built with layers on top of layers, and the strings that come in, Brennan, the strings, yeah, uh, incredible. Now lyrically, this song is phenomenal, going as far as giving me chills in certain areas upon first listen. And the biggest praise I can give to Dillon Chase is that he does not shove his faith down your throat. He simply admits how he copes, how God gets through to him in his darkest moments, especially with the moment the song is about. I don't want to give it away because the vivid storytelling is fantastic. Please give this song a listen. Loved every line that's said in the song. The beat switch that provides more depth to Dillon's lyrics on the third verse was just perfect. I loved it. The song is great. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, basically what Carden covered. Real lyrics. I love the simplicity of the piano and the beat at the beginning, and then it just adds on. I love the line quoting my own lyrics of "Don't give up," but I feel like if I call, you won't pick up.
Yeah.
This song about facing his darker side and turning to God for answers. I always find songs like these to be interesting. Thinking off the top of my head, a song that would be a good example of this would be Hobson's Ill Mind 7.
Yeah, Battling with Faith.
Yeah, I really, really dug that. I dig this song even more though. I love the line, "Don't take me out of the fire, just get me through the heat."
Yes, I dug that one too.
And overall, this was one of my favorite songs on this album, and I gave it a 9 out of 10. It
Perfect
was
rating.
pretty good. 9 out of 10.
Track 11, Farewell Interlude. I'm assuming this is a skit of Dillon's kid, and it was cute. I love the piano, but I am a sucker for piano. This was a cool skit for the next song.
Yeah, you see, I really enjoyed it, but I enjoyed like the film reel noise in the background,
Yeah.
as well as the kid and the beat, and I really was digging the beat on this one, and I thought it was good. But leading into the next song, it was a beat change, and I was not ready for it.
Yeah, a piano would have been kind of cool, but I really like the next song. Track 12, Farewell, featuring Micah Smith. The live acoustic guitar sounds beautiful, and Micah Smith fits over it flawlessly. There's horns panned over in the mix that exist throughout, subtle but great. The minimal beat is led by the gorgeous layered harmonizing vocals and the horns. I really enjoyed the lyrical aspect as well. The song is an appreciation track for Dillon's kid, saying farewell to his kid as a baby, introducing him to the world as a man and hoping that he fares well in life. Creative writing, a common theme here, definitely. I love the vivid storytelling and the Michigan shout out, Brennan. Woo!
Yeah, I got that.
A very meaningful and memorable song. I appreciated it greatly. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, my only problem with this is it threw me off when it started because it had a different beat than the interlude, and I thought that the interlude would play right into this one. But it's totally different, which isn't a problem because I thought it was still good. It just kind of threw me for a loop there for a second.
A loopy.
Yeah,
Y'all loopy.
I love the guitar and the claps and the beat. It's got a nice drum kick as well that goes along nicely with the tambourine. It's all very nice and simple. Good lyrics as well, and basically covers the story that Corbin just told you guys about. So, also props for the shout out to Michigan.
Yeah, that was That caught me by surprise. I was like, did he just say Michigan?
Yeah. I'm like,
Dude's from Texas. What?
Farthest north. I love this message. It was a great ending to the album, I felt. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
All right. Overall, okay. So personally, I hate when people refuse to give Christian rappers a chance, especially if you're a fan of hip hop and rap.
I feel like if you're a fan of music in general, you should give everything a chance. Like, I'm not a fan of country at all, but that's not going to stop me from listening to an album. If my friend from Texas is a huge country nut, and he like sends me songs all the time and like wants to know my feedback on them, and I'll listen to them and I'll tell him. And most of the time, I actually enjoy them, even though I don't find myself going out of my way to listen to country. It's if you enjoy music, you should listen to all types of music. Otherwise, why limit yourself when it's literally this huge pool of genres? Yeah, it's like only listening to or only watching action films.
Yeah, makes they get old after a while.
Yeah, makes no sense. Like, why not go see a horror, or why not go see a drama? Why not, spice it up a bit? So, I definitely agree with you on that, Corbin. I think people should give Christian rappers a chance, because most of the time, it's not what you think it is. It's not like them forcing their religion on you. It's just...
You said, well, that's my problem. It's like everybody thinks, it's like people think every Christian rapper, all they do is just shove their faith and beliefs down your throat. And that's honestly rarely the case. Some seriously meaningful music can come out of this genre, and I won't bring my faith or my beliefs into this review. I just want Dillon to know that I appreciate what he does in giving us great content and having his faith be the foundation for it all. The foundation. Not using it as a forefront, but a foundation, if that makes sense.
No, I totally agree, and I appreciate him for doing what he does.
Yeah. With that being said... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm like right there with you. I'm not going to get into my beliefs or anything.
I feel like when it comes to music, your beliefs, like music like this, it's Christian music, it's uplifting. I don't know. I have a problem with people who don't give these Christian rappers a chance, because Trip Lee, Lecrae, I've found some really meaningful music out of these people. And I've actually loved Dillon Chase's music for a while, so...
Yeah, is it NF one too?
Yeah, I mean, he says he's not, but he's on a Christian label, so...
All right, let's get those overalls.
With that being said, this album is fantastic. It's 12 tracks long, and I didn't care for only one song. I do think some songs hold more replay value to them, but I think every fan of hip-hop and rap or music in general, like Brennan said, should give this album a chance. I'm ending this review with a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it was a great album. Of course, there were some songs I didn't care for, but overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Decent beginning and a strong finish. I definitely enjoyed the second half of the album more than the first half. My favorite song definitely goes to Through. That was my favorite one.
Through is fantastic. That's on repeat for me.
Yeah, it was very good. Very well told stories. I give this one an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? Yeah, I agree with that.
8 out of 10.
My very first listen through, I was set at an 8 out of 10, and then I listened through again, and then while waiting to review this, like with you, I've gone back and listened to it countless of times, and I've actually added more and more to my reviews. So I was like, yeah, no, this album's actually really great, and I was glad to be able to listen to this. Like, this is great. I need everybody to go listen to this. This might make my top 10 of the year. Just saying.
Well, better hurry up, because the year's almost over.
To be honest, there hasn't been a whole lot of great music this year. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. I'll give it.
Anyway, what you were saying?
No, I agree with that. Been very few albums that I've put on my replay list. So
Lupe and Sky Zoo's albums are definitely on my list, though.
Ryan Caravio.
But anyways. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was this year?
I believe so.
I thought that was last year. Yeah, no, that was pretty great. Next album that we're going to review is
Knowmads. The album was called Complex Animals. It came out on October 12th. It's crazy that we're in November already.
Really? It came out October 12th?
You sure did?
Dang,
The
I thought it came out
runtime,
sooner than that, or later than that.
the runtime is 47 minutes, and it has 14 tracks in total and one intro. It's one of those albums that has an intro but not an outro.
The Knowmads, they're a rap group out of Seattle, Washington, consisting of members Tom Pepe, or Pepe, I don't know. I'm going to say Pepe, and Tom Wilson. I'm a big fan of this group's album New School and the album The New Book. So I even really like the separate project Pepe and producer Jesse Jude released called Live Good. With that being said, I was actually looking forward to this project, so let's get into it. Track number 1, Intro. I love the drum beat. It had like a filtrated keys in the background, and I dug that. But this track is just an intro, really solidifying the explicit label on this one. So we don't rate intros really. So
Yeah, I thought it was kind of stupid. It was not needed.
It's really really repetitive.
Very repetitive.
Yeah. So track number 2, Keep Me Company. The radio presence is pretty cool. I love the production on this one. Some great sampling with a drive-in drum beat. I appreciate good drum breaks. They help give the track atmosphere, and I wish the horns on the chorus carried over on the verses though. The simple piano throughout sounds nice. The lyrics are great. 2 long verses showing some vulnerability from both MCs. I love the simple line, always had my headphones, they kept me company. I was a massive loner in school, so I could totally relate to that line. Pretty solid track in my opinion, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it starts off like a radio station, which I really dug, like Corbin mentioned in his review. It's got a nice beat. I dug it. I like the lyrics. Basically talking about the come up from the very beginning to now. The chorus was pretty good. Overall, it was an alright song. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. I know Brennan's overall thoughts on this, so I'm just waiting. Track number 3, Don't Fade. Introduced right off the bat to some pretty unique synthesized percussion that leads into a complete break. Then we get the chorus and some searing synths. Some bass guitar coexisting with the drum beat on the verses, really relying on the MCs and their lyrics. To me, I didn't care for the very slow and lingering chorus, but I really like the verses, especially Wilson's. Very short track altogether. I give this one a 7 out of 10.
I also gave this one a 7 out of 10. Basically, it speaks about the hardships from losing the job to driving with an empty tank. You know, most of us have been there. And then, his people saying that they're too busy to even come over and smoke with him. It's a chill song. It's a smooth beat. I like this. I like the line, got your day ones acting like strangers. It's a pretty powerful line. Don't want people to change based on the hardship is basically the overall story in this song. I give this one a 7 out of 10 as well.
All right, track 4, Work This Hard. Yeah. I love the sample we're introduced to right off the bat. It really lives in the background. It brings a speedy drum beat to the forefront. I honestly love the instrumental. The lyrics were pretty great as well. Pepe really killed his verse. Man, if I'm saying his name wrong, this is just going to be awkward. I love the lines, constantly battling my cognitive dissonance, waiting for my catch like a wandering fisherman. The syllable work on his verse worked well, and the flow over the drum beat was great. Wilson, usually the faster rapper, chose to dial it back on this one, and I dug it. The conscious wisdom at the end was nice to hear. The piano sample being brought in at the last second was so good to hear. 8 out of 10.
See, I thought this one was alright. It kind of had the same tone and flow as the other ones, which, I wish there was more of a switch up here, but I did like the chorus. And I thought there was much truth behind it, so I had to give this one a 6 out of 10.
All right, yeah, that's fair. I thought the lyrics were really good on this one, though.
It was good, but it had the same flow as the other ones.
Yeah, I get that. Track number 5, Better World. Well, This was kind of unique to hear on this record. This song is a few years old,
I
if
knew
I'm
it.
not mistaken, and makes me wonder how long they have been working on this album. Anyways, this song is phenomenal in my opinion. The live production on the driving guitars and the bass that flows throughout gives us an inattentive feel. The verses are short, but they touch on the realest topic while keeping it PG, going as far as to edit out some swear words, almost so they could spread this to kids, more like. Real topics, great lyrics, great instrumental, and the kid choir at the end was great and humanizes the track. Listen to the song. This is my first 10 out of 10 on this one.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that because after listening to it, I was like, I feel like I've heard this before.
Yeah, when it came in, I was like, wait, why do I know this?
Yeah, it was very nostalgic. It was a good song too, in my opinion. It was simple beat, smooth, and the lyrics were okay. I gave this one a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, we're pretty matched on the most part so far. All right, track 6, Pseudo. The phaser effect, that's a phaser effect, on the instrument in the intro was actually pretty unique and I liked it. You don't really hear that type of effect too commonly. The drum beat steals the show for sure though. It's so damn good. Constantly switches things up slightly and adds character throughout. Pepe and Wilson really showcase their ability to work with and off of each other, sharing the verses with a you go then I go vibe, and even snatching the last word from the previous MC to build off of that. Creative writing, funny bars, and some real ones too. I really love this song. The added singing vocals were nice as well, 9 out of 10.
You see, and this is where the differentiation comes in. I thought it sounded like the others, to be totally honest. The lyrics were pretty simple, and I think what saved this one for me was the beat. Like Corbin said, the drums were phenomenal on it. But overall, in my opinion, it was just alright. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
What'd you think about the dynamic of them going back and forth throughout?
I thought it was interesting, but nothing I haven't heard before.
All right, then. Track 7, I guess.
You said you knew my opinions on this one.
No, I'm just playing. Track 7, Lost Generation. Another song that came out a while ago, but I still love it. This song is on par with Better World, from the light keys to the reverse notes to the filtrated bass to the great drum beats. The singing backing up Pepe on the chorus is gorgeous and the lyrics are so meaningful throughout. Pepe says the lines, living with depression, kid ain't no joke. I'm out the tune, bend the spoon just to change the notes. And Wilson does his thing as well. The creative take on these serious subjects sits well with me. Give this one a listen too. I give this one a 10 out of 10 too.
You give this one a what?
A 10 out of 10. I really like this one.
Wow, holy crap. Yeah, I start off with the lyrics, the world won't change unless you change yourself. I thought that was very clever and very truthful. I enjoy this song. It has a happy beat and a very inspirational message. It's very motivational. Really enjoyed the lyrics. Seen the worst of the worst. Been through it myself. I thought that was very good for him to like kind of relate to the audience and, you know, basically allow the audience to know that these guys go through, you know, we're all human. We all go through the same thing. I like the draw out and the comeback with the chorus at the end as well. Something that I do have to admit, this album up to this song is very good with their chorus play. Like, they don't overdo it. They haven't, you know,
They're in their own lane.
Yeah, they're in their own lane with the choruses, which I really enjoy. I gave this one an 8 out of 10.
There you go. Recognizing what's good here, finally. No, it's like...
Just wait to the next one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Track 8, Smile for the Cameras. Well, now I'm scared to go. I love the build on this instrumental. So many adds and close to complete changes as the two MCs are flowing to it. The chorus is hard to distinguish when it's happening, mainly because there's no tonal change, but I still liked it. The two work off of each other so well that on songs like these, where they share the verses and the chorus, I feel like we get the Knowmads at their best. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, this one was a head bobber. It was upbeat, catchy. The beat was catchy as well. The lyrics are pretty basic, though, to be totally honest. But I actually enjoyed them for the most part. I like the switch up of the beat throughout this one, and it talks about the struggle of life and basically putting on a fake smile for the camera. But the thing that got me was the ending of the song and how abrupt it was.
And how what?
Abrupt it was.
Oh, gotcha.
The song just kind of ended, and it was very off-putting to me, and I don't like that when songs just end, especially when they have a message like this one does. I had to give this one a 6 out of 10.
Wow, just because of the ending?
Not just because of the ending, but
Oh, because of the basic rhyming?
basic lyrics. I really like the beat, though. It was upbeat, and they kept switching it throughout, which was pretty nice. But the lyrics were, as I said, basic, and then it just ended. And I wanted more, and they didn't give it to me. So, 6 out of 10.
Track number 9, Life on Earth. I dig the production all around on this one. A driving beat with tight drums and a live sounding snare in the mix. I love the switches that happen in the instrumental, some nice sample and synth work. Hectic sounding beat, but both MCs wrote it well. The dichotomy between the two works well here lyrically. They merely mention some of the most outrageous, sad, and anger-inducing subjects and describe the normalcy within them. Plus, everything was back and forth, even sharing the chorus, and I really dug that. Like usual, 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. All right. Well, basically what I have to say about this is they're talking about life being a struggle, but that's just how it is on Earth. I dig the beat. The beat was definitely my favorite part of this song. The drums, the soft brass, and the rhymes actually flowed with it pretty well. But, oh my god, was this song repetitive.
With the Life on Earth part?
The Life on Earth part was a majority of this song. And it took me out of it, and I really enjoyed the messages that they were talking about and the struggles that they were talking about. And I wanted to hear more of that rather than the repetitiveness of Life on Earth. And that just drove me crazy listening to this song. I really want to like it, but I didn't, and I give it a 4 out of 10. I mean, the messages were there. It's just when you just keep repeating the same thing. Me personally, if you have a different opinion, leave it down below in the comments. Chew me out. I don't care. But, listen, for me, repetitivity, abrupt endings, unnecessary use of cuss words just to, rhyme something, I can't stand those 3 things. So.
Well, that's fair enough to me. Track number 10, Without You. A mother appreciation verse to start it off. I absolutely love the production. Very quirky with the synth, and I dug it. The sample truly shines through right at the beginning and sounded great. Nicely pounding percussion. The lyrics were great as well. I honestly think Pepe's verse is about Wilson, his nomad partner.
Yeah.
His friend. Not sure though. Good rhymes, good records. 7 out of 10.
The opening is a throwback and a dope beat transition, which I dug. That talks about how his mother raised him in this rough world. And the other guy talks about his friend, like Corbin just stated, and basically how he turned into his brother, essentially. And
Aww.
These guys really like to live in the past, though, I felt. Majority of this album is struggles from the past, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I just feel like a lot of it kind of keeps coming back up. And I'm I kind of feel like I've heard this before. So I give it a 6 out of 10.
So you think there's repetitivity in their topics they're discussing?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I hate to use him as an example, but Eminem is a big fan of this as well. And I love me some Eminem, but I love Eminem, but it's true. You want me to drop somebody else? Fora does it constantly.
Oh my god.
Ivan B does it.
We'll be covering his newest song next week. Well, what was your rating for this?
Without You, I gave it a 6 out of 10.
All right, so that's not bad.
I really dug the shout out to his mom for raising him.
Yeah, I always love hearing that. I don't care how repetitive it is. I love to hear that.
But I don't understand how you go from that to this next song.
All right. Track 11, "'Tis So Sweet." Skip. Track 12, "Doing My Thing." No, I'm saying. So I can tell this song was done just for fun, but wow, I was blown away by this one. I actually heard this for the first time in the car, and I had a sudden realization of what the fuck am I listening to, and I mean the beat had some cool moments, but wow, this is not for me. Honestly, a 1.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I almost have it word for word what you said. I thought the opening made me believe that was a sex song, and then surprise, surprise, it's exactly that, a sex song. And honestly, the lyrics are pretty weak. I'm not a fan of this one at all. The best part of it was the beat, like Corbin said, but even that wasn't anything to write home about. I gave it a 3 out of 10.
But I can definitely tell that they're having fun and they're just doing their thing. So more power to them, you know?
Yeah, but you can't go from a song like Without You to this, alright?
It was oddly placed. I'll admit that.
Maybe after the next one, I could see it.
Track 12, "Doing My Thing." This one's repetitive. You're not going to like this one. Very luscious production, searing chords, and cool percussion. The verses maintain the same structure throughout, and I wish it changed up a bit, though. It kind of got repetitive. Like I said, the chorus I wasn't really feeling. Very repetitive. The verses
Yeah.
were good. Nothing fantastic, though. Unfortunately, I'm kind of on this song as a whole. Well, until the very end, where the beat switches into something that I loved greatly. Really awesome sounding guitar sampling and a pounding beat with some rather great syllable play and lyrics. I kind of wish this was the whole song we got, but as a whole, 5 out of 10.
Just like you said, 5 out of 10. No hesitation.
Track 13, "Complex Animals." We got the track title. Woo! I just realized what I said. We got the title track. "Complex Animals." The guitar work sounds so soothing, providing a great foundation for the track to build itself around. The drum beat is fantastic. It's a very gloomy sounding instrumental altogether, very layered, and I dug it. The lyrics were deep, admitting frustrations with religion and the dark world as a whole. I appreciated the lyrics. I have a picky problem, though. You ready for this, Brennan?
Yeah.
Picky. It's pretty picky. It sounds like Pepe recorded his verse in another area or room, and I really disliked how just his vocals sounded. Very dry, some delay doesn't fix the problem, in my opinion. I wish some reverb was carrying his voice to give the track more atmosphere, but that's just in my opinion, and that's just like a simple, just a one-off thing you could do to maybe build an atmosphere. But yeah, I felt that, especially for this deep topic. Some of the lyrics were really forced, rhyming-wise, but this is a good song overall, though. 7 out of 10.
All right. Yeah, we're pretty similar on this one. Like you said, I like this slow string intro. It was pretty nice. And people turn the world into concrete. Pop culture turns people into zombies. I agree with that, like, full-heartedly, especially recently coming out of a pop culture class. It's very weird seeing people just obsess over stuff and, like, takes them totally out of their life just because it's a part of pop culture. So, I thought that was a great line. Such a simple beat. Complex Animals part doesn't really make sense in some points. So
That's where the forced rhyming was happening.
yeah, for sure. And once again, the second verse was much better, but the tone was lackluster and came across as repetitive. And it's very obvious that, like, in this one, he doesn't like God or doesn't believe in him. I thought that was interesting, but I'm right there with you with the 7 out of 10.
And that leads us to the final track. Track 14, this album was a lot longer than I thought it was. Track 14, "Take Me Home." Absolutely love the production on this one. The filtrated sample laced with a great drum beat with some keyboard play. It's complex in a way where it seems simple, but nah, that ain't the case. Wilson's verse was so vulnerable, speaking on his upbringing, saying how he taught himself how to rap, and I really liked his verse. The chorus is actually pretty great on here as well. Pepe speaks on a fallen friend or family member, someone who was once close to him, and I really related with certain things he was saying, especially like the line, "Guess I can't let go like I'm supposed to, been thinking about death to get close to you." Not to get gloomy, but hey, it's just a human track with such a real feel within it. Great closer in my opinion, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I actually like this one. It's got a smooth beat, it's got good lyrics. The chorus makes sense, which I'm a big fan of. It's a cheesy song, but good nonetheless. I give this one a 7 out of 10.
Overall, the Knowmads are a great rap group in my opinion. Some small but really weak moments on this album, but as a whole, I can look past those few moments to consider this a pretty great album in my opinion. Personally, I think I like New School better, but I really found some greatness here. 7.5 out of 10.
I wanted more rapping in this one, and less of the repetitive choruses, especially after a certain point, it just kind of goes downhill. They did very well, they had their choruses make sense, and then after like half the album, they just kind of gave up on it, and it became very repetitive. So that was that. Some pretty basic rhymes here and there, but, I was just going to say, that's rap. Everybody and anybody has some basic rhymes in their albums, especially one that's this long. So, can't take that away from them. They did bounce off each other very well, which was really nice. I really enjoyed that.
I agree with that.
But in the end, this wasn't really my cup of tea, and I will not be revisiting this, but the cover art was cute and pretty dope as well. So, there's that. I gave this a 6 out of 10.
All right. So there's our thoughts and opinions and review of the new Knowmads Complex Animals.
All right, Corbin. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the singles. I hope you don't mind if I go ahead and take over on this one. First up, we got my boy, one of my favorite artists. We listened to him when he was underground. Now he's becoming more mainstream, being featured with people like Eminem in his album Kamikaze, which was dope. One of my favorite songs is the one that he's featured in. So, he's always been one of my favorites.
Joyner is an animal.
Joyner is
ever since
very good.
I'm Sorry, I've been hooked on this guy. That was my first glimpse of Joyner. And then I saw Ross Capricorni, and I was hooked ever since then. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, even, I'm Not Racist.
Yeah.
That was a very well done song.
Yeah, I'm Not Racist was fantastic.
I actually really dug that music video as well. But we're not talking about that one. We're talking about I Love by Joyner Lucas. This is a single that came out on October 17th and is runtime of 3 minutes. And, guys, when I say the runtime, I mean, that's what Spotify says sometimes. Yeah. Obviously, not all these songs
not always accurate.
Directly that, yeah. So,
they round it up most cases.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I'm biased already because it's my boy Joyner. But, he straight kills this one. I'll be totally honest.
Body bag, toe chorus.
Yeah, got a catchy chorus. The beat is banging. Overall, great song. It's something you can cruise down the street blaring. You feel me on that?
I feel that.
Like the line, "Money ain't everything. Blank, speak for yourself."
Yeah.
Drops the N-bomb there, so I'm not gonna say that. But I dug that one because I'm right there in the boat with him. I think it's really stupid when people say money can't buy you happiness. Money pays the bills, and being debt free is
pretty happy inducing.
Pretty happy inducing, yeah. So I love this song. I love that line.
As we say as college
Joyner.
kids, just utterly riddled with debt.
Utterly riddled. That's the best explanation I've ever heard. So this one, I give it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. On here, there's almost an eerie vibe to this one. I really love the synth work with a heightened key in the background. The intense and distorted bass is banging and really finishes off the build of the beat nicely. This is a banger, short and simple. On the lyrics, Joyner works in speedy and pretty lyrical flows with a very laid-back chorus. Joyner just killing the industry, admitting that if you play with him, you're gonna find out why he loves rapping.
Yeah.
On the chorus, is it me? But do you get an XXX Tentacion vibe on the opening of the chorus?
No, I get that. It's
You get
catchy
that?
too. It's super catchy.
Yeah, I dig it. I honestly really dig the song. Joyner always kills it. 8 out of 10.
And by the way, just so people don't get this like misconstrued, but like when I say I'm biased towards him, that doesn't mean I'm automatically going to give him a good rating, because like last week we reviewed one of my favorite artists, Jez Duar, and I was highly disappointed with his single. So Joyner straight up killed this one. Moving on, Corbin, we're going to get to Out of Town by OnCue. This is a single that came out on October 18th. It is the runtime of 3 minutes as well.
Super short.
Super short, super repetitive, and the rhymes were bad in my opinion. It should be called I've Been Gone or Shout Out to Myself, because that's basically all he says throughout the entire song. The beat's nice though, and I really dig it, but if it wasn't for the beat, I don't think there'd be much replay value for me. I gave this one a 4 out of 10.
All right, first listen through, I was done. This was a skippable track for me. I was like, what the hell did I just listen to? I didn't care for it at all, and I was sitting at like a 2 out of 10. But then I went back and listened to it, and I dug for some good things to say, because I really like OnCue, like his old stuff. What's the name of that one album? Young Angry Man or something like that. Young Angry something. That's a great album, or mixtape, or whatever that was. But yeah, OnCue, Out of Town. In all honesty, I do like the instrumental. The buried sample and the simple keys really fit the background nicely. Love this kind of instrumental. It's just super laid back, especially when the bass kicks in. Now, upon first listen, like I said, I utterly hated this song. But after a few more listens, I've grown to appreciate it. Lyrically, there is absolutely nothing special here, and I really disliked the first verse, to be honest. I really dug the second and the chorus, though. The singing rap style really works with OnCue's voice. I didn't know if I liked the effects on his voice at first, but I don't really mind them now. Really like the part that goes, "Girls wanna be my boo-hoo, money be too important." And I love the simile, tighten up, rigor mortis, just simple stuff. But yeah, I'm at a 4 out of 10 on this.
Great, same score.
Dude, I really hope his album's better than this.
My problem with this is that you had to dig to find it. You had to go back and like constantly re-listen to find something good to say about it. We should never have to do that. We should get that like first go, and maybe a second time be like, oh, I caught something in the lyrics I didn't get the first time. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to listen to it like 4 times for you to come up with a 4 out of 10 rating.
And I said I like the beat. That doesn't mean that it's not super simple, though. Like, basic. Yeah, I really hope his new album is way better than this.
Yeah, that's the best part, is it's only a single. Hopefully he kills it on the album, because I actually really enjoy OnCue.
This is the second single off the album.
Moving on.
All right, moving on. Single number 3, Daniel Caesar. Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
Brennan, you go ahead and do this one, man.
All right, great. So, like Ren said, it's Who Hurt You by Daniel Caesar. It's a single, came out on October 6th. Caesar. It's a single, came out on October 16th, and it has a runtime of 3 minutes. I thought it was slow. Slow, nice, smooth beat. Kind of like, I got a Neo vibe from it, which is really old school. But to be totally honest, this really isn't my style. And I felt like there was heavy auto-tune used, which not really a big fan of. So I gave it a 5 out of 10. What?
So, Daniel Caesar. I really liked his album that came out. I don't know if it was last year or the beginning of this year. But yeah, I love the effects on the guitar in the beginning. Really gave the instrumental a unique sound. The drum beat sounds nice, especially with that very low octave pitch shift added to the background sample or vocals or whatever they were. I think Daniel is an incredible singer. Like I said, I loved his newest album. And with that being said, I did not care for this song. The best part to me was the chorus, the mixing, and the layered vocals throughout, and the editing. They were all great. But I disliked the lyrics on most of this. But I could listen to the song just to have something to bump my head to. So there's no replayability, but it's not skippable, if that makes sense. 4 out of 10.
All right. I feel that.
And that leads us to our final single.
Prince Charming by Action Bronson. The single came out on October 19th. I think this is the most recent one that we're reviewing.
Sorry, y'all.
It's 2.5 minutes long. Yep, I split this one. I actually looked at this one, and I was very nervous because of how short it was. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it. I like the beat. He jumps right into it, which is always nice. I love Corbin. We talked about this last time. I love when my people jump right into it instead of waiting.
A 2 minute and 30-second song, you better jump in.
Yeah, I feel that.
That ain't nothing. That's 2:16s. Like, come on, man.
I like the rhymes, and I like the choir in the background. The dude, he reminds me of Nas, to be totally honest.
It's that New York accent.
Yeah. That's great. I love Nas. So if I'm comparing you to him, that's a compliment. Needs to be longer though. Not really my favorite, but it was still pretty good. I gave it a 6 out of 10. And I think the main draw to this low of a score is, well, it's not even that low, but for the low scoring is because it was so short.
Yeah, it was just a taste, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I'm gonna preface this like I normally do with, I normally don't care for Action Bronson. It's mostly the beats he chooses because his wordplay is always fun. But yeah, with that being said, absolutely love the production. Absolutely love the lyrics. Yeah, this song is great in my opinion. The instrumental is laced with a great sample. The drums are great. There's layers in the instrumental, and Bronson rides the beat nicely. I hope his new album continues this feel. Very short though. Love the lyrics. Strong scent lingers. Something going wrong. I can feel it in my fingers. I don't know. I just like that. But yeah, I was really digging this one. The production is on point. Yeah, I'm at a 8 out of 10 on that one. I think I liked it because it was short. And I like how he goes in, he has this kind of chorus, and then he goes back into it, and then he's just done. He lets the beat ride out. I mean, I'm a fan of, that boom bap era hip hop, so I like that.
Yeah. I mean, overall, Dillon Chase definitely stole it for albums this week.
He definitely stole it from me, for sure.
Joyner Lucas stole it for singles for me.
Yeah, I would say that. All right, with that being said, hopefully this is a little bit shorter.
I like these short ones.
I like shorter ones too. So next week, we're going to do a rock album.
What? Not hip-hop? That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's different for me, all right? Not that I don't ever go outside of my genre of hip-hop and rap, but I don't normally review them, so this
Welcome to my territory, bitch.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what you say. But yeah, with that being said, thank y'all for listening. I can't ever promise a day when our podcasts are going to be coming out because we're both pretty busy, so...
Stuff comes up, that's the...
Stuff comes up, we got to go. So
that's the life of a freelancer, so...
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Go listen to Dillon Chase. All right.
Dillon Chase, Joyner, all these guys. Honestly, go listen to all of it.
Yeah, go listen to all of it. Go ahead.
And then give us your opinions down in the comments below.
Let's talk music.
Let's talk music.
Yeah, we have yet to get a comment, so come on, let's talk music. All right, y'all. Like I said, thank you for tuning in. And
play that outro, Corbin.
Corbin Montry, Thank you for joining me, Brennan. I always appreciate it.
Welcome.
All right. We out. Bye.
Deuces.